Adaptation pod. Attack the central unit. Keep it up. Copy that. Hyper missile. Prism laser. Adaptation pod. central unit. Keep it up. Detonator. Adaptation pod. Attack the central unit. fire. Aim for its mouth. Keep it up! Strike its weak point. Attack the central unit!
Warning!